Good morning, welcome back. I'm gonna be taking you guys to a place called Yoke today. I don't have any seats on board, you guys can see back here. I've already got them taken out yesterday in preparation for 4 200-liter drums of Jet A for our helicopters. So I've already got my plane prepared to put the drums of fuel in here. We'll put them on with the forklift. It's a lot easier than trying to roll them up the ramps, but I do need to go get the ramps, put them underneath just so that I have them to roll them out once I get out there. But I've got all these boards down here so that these big, huge, heavy drums that are 185 kgs don't damage my seat tracks. It's a huge ordeal just to get this plane in the back out. We'll take both of the helicopters out, yeah, just so the wings don't hit. It's gonna be really nice when we have our new hangar, which hopefully is coming this year. We've already started breaking ground, but that's been like a 7 or more year process. While these guys are fueling my plane, I've got to get the forklift and start getting some of those drums over there to get them loaded in. It's gonna be a lot easier that way. There's 3, let's go get one more. And still foggy down there, but by the time we get done strapping those in, putting the net over them, I should be able to get out of here. It's nice blue skies right over there. Andrew's just getting out of here now. I am loaded, but I need to leave at least 8:30 or after because the clouds are always very low in Yoke, making it difficult to get into the circuit and actually fly the circuit. So I think they're just now finishing tying my load down now. I'm gonna show you guys my weight and balance because it barely works with this loading. I'm like right on my FCG line basically. And then I'm gonna go over weather with you guys and then get out of here. Okay, here is my loading. The last drum is basically in line with my 3rd seat row. That's gonna play a part in doing weight and balance. Let's go do that. Here is my weight and balance. I've got 0 seats on board. I've got 17 kgs underneath. Basically, I took all of my equipment out of the last pod, like my, I'll put my tail stand, everything like that. My chocks up in the front pod, just so I can have a little bit of weight up there. I think I have 1 box up there. Equipment, I've got all my fuel straps and things like that on board. I've got 1,070 pounds of fuel. And then I've got 4 drums at 185 kgs a piece. So 185 times 4 is 740, but we're gonna divide that up into 3 different sections because that's basically where they are in the back. So 246.6, and that's what I have down here. And you can see I'm right at the top, my maximum weight. I've got my minimum fuel that I can get out there and back here VFR today with about 10 extra minutes. So basically an hour and 10 minutes I'll be landing back here And that's what our minimums are with our company, is basically an hour, and I add 10 extra minutes just because, well, it makes me feel a little bit better. Clouds are lifting a little bit, still quite a few clouds out there, but let's go ahead and get started. Down our hour and 10-minute flight. Was a little bit slower of a start than normal, so I need to mention that to the maintenance guys. Check the igniters. Alright, well, we are going to be doing the instrument departure. I'm going to put that in, though I know I'm going to be breaking out really quickly right after I take off, but I'll still put it in there. Our fuel caps and selectors are good, controls are good, leave our TAWs enabled, switches and instruments. We're going up to 12,000 on this flight out. Z-check looks all good. We are full up on weight, so 75 and 63. 75 we have to come back in and land immediately, and 63 for rotate. Flaps are set, indicated and verified. Goroka Tower, good morning, November Tango Echo, request taxi Yifki, 1 POB.
November Tango Echo, Goroka Tower, good morning. Taxi to runway 10 left at the backtrack and line up. Wind is light and variable, QNH 1021, time check 46.
1021, cleared to backtrack, line up 17 left, November Tango Echo. Clear in the left, clear in the right. Oh, it looks nice when they've cut this grass, but I hate when they cut the grass because all the birds come out finding little bugs and worms and ice and things like that. A lot nicer when it's 5 feet on each side and no birds. Tower November Tango Echo requesting 17 right, 2 birds.
November Tango Echo, roger, cancel 1 on left, connect taxi and line up 1 on right.
Line up 17 right, November Tango Echo. Looking down to the south, it looks like I should still be able to maybe wiggle my way through the clouds. Still quite a few birds. They're all just flying right here though. Ignition inlet and lights are good. Harnesses and high idle is complete. November Tango Echo ready for departure. Ignition condition, flaps 20, fuel and harnesses.
November Tango Echo, runway 17 right, right turn, clear for takeoff.
17 right, right turn, clear for takeoff. November Tango Echo. Alright, checklist is complete. Let's get going. Slowly roll to scare this last bird off. There we go. Hey, torque set, I don't see any more birds. ITT's right at 720. And rotate. Okay, ITT is now 740, perfect. Just keeping our pitch right around the 7.5 degree mark. All right, once we're over 85, starting to see a little bit out that way. We'll go 10 degrees of flaps. Oh, already breaking out. All right, it's beautiful on top yet again. Let's just continue on this heading for now though, until I know for sure that I can make a right-hand turn and stay clear of the clouds. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to keep climbing, which I don't really want to do on my instrument departure because it's taking me in the wrong direction a long way before I can turn back around. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I want to take a little bit further out this way so I can make sure that I can just do a turn and then continue climbing up over these clouds over here. But let's clean up now. Put our prop on back to 2000 RPM. XT comes right back down to 720 for the climb. Goroka Tower, November Tango Echo, departed time 4-8. We'll be tracking initially for Garumban on climb 2000, estimating standby for Grumman. Estimating Garumban 12. November Echo.
November Tango Echo, climb 2000. 15 miles, contact Mosby 120.1, HF65, 908.
120.16598, November Tango Echo. Put this on the big map here so I can kind of see where I am. It's really hard to tell which gaps are which ones in the morning when there's a lot of clouds like this. So I look on here and go, okay, there's the Dalo, there's the Waterbung, that's about right here. So that's really kind of the direction I want to go rather than heading up further on up the Goroka Valley. So we'll head out here, and the reason being is we get out here and there's, if we put on the terrain, you guys can probably see it. Well, there's a bunch of high terrain right there. So we're just going to parallel all this on our climb out of here. And then once we get out probably about Chimbu area, then we'll connect into our magenta line. There we go. This is the last cloud here I'm getting over, and yeah, it looks like it's going to be really nice getting all the way out. I hope that 12,000 is going to work. Last week we had similar weather and I had to go all the way up to 18,000 just to get on top of everything and not have to deal with working my way up all these cloudy valleys all the way out there.
November Tango Echo, Mosby, good morning, guys.
Good morning, November Tango Echo. 6 miles to the west of Goroka, 2000, estimating Garumban at time 10.
November Tango Echo, no for the traffic, shaking AirKNH 1010, secondary 6598.
1010, 6598, November Tango Echo. Okay, this is not going to work where I am right now, so what I need to do is I need to put in Chimbu as my recent, or not my recent, but my nearest. Let's go down to there. That way I have a line that I can safely go through clouds. My minimum safe for this line right here is 11,600. I'm at 12.
November Tango Mosby, traffic Sierra Romeo ATR taxi Hagen for Gabal, 19,000 on departure.
Copy Kilo Sierra Romeo and November Tango Echo will be tracking up to 5 miles left of track to weather. November Echo.
November Tango Echo, 5 miles left of track, no additional reported traffic.
November Tango Echo.
November Tango Echo Tower.
November Tango Echo, 4 miles to run. Garumban maintaining 2000. Copy Kilo Sierra Romeo.
1365
estimating north of being 18.
November Tango Echo Roger. Additional traffic Mike Alpha Golf Cessna 208. Correction, again for Sendiap outbound Treman. On departure will be on climb 9,000.
Copy Mike Alpha Golf, November Tango Echo. Unfortunately, my minimum safe is not going to be 11,600 by the time I pass out of Hagen's airspace. So really, once I get up here to Buyer Gap, then it's either going to have to be clear or I'm going to have to go all the way up to 13,500 if I need to go through any clouds. So this is the decision time is where I'm going, okay, is it easier to stay down low, work my way up the valleys with all the clouds kind of everywhere? There's quite a few of them out there today. Or do I go up to 13,500 if I have to go through some clouds, which I can't quite see up there yet. We just have to get another 15 miles up and then maybe it will make the decision a little bit easier. Then if I get out there and on top, now I have to figure out a way I'm going to be able to get back down through the clouds if there is a layer. And that's why I don't really like flying IFR, basically through clouds in the mountains, is because when you get to where you want to get to, yeah, it's easy getting there through the clouds, but now what are you going to do? You just can't just like make a IMC descent down and through the mountains. So a lot of times it's easier to stay VFR and what we would say is work the weather. Okay, we're at our decision point and it's looking hopeful for us. Once we get to Buyer Gap, that's where we would have to go up to 13,500. But looking ahead, it's actually looking like all these clouds are starting to drop back down and we'll be able to stay at 12,000 all the way out to Yifki. If you guys haven't seen some of my other videos where I've mentioned my book that I made for you guys, this is a coffee table album and it covers most of the places that we fly here in PNG. It's got Yifki right here. Just a bunch of drone pictures. That's really what I've filled the majority of these pages up with. This is drone pictures from all like 40 different locations that I fly to. So go check one of these out on my website. I do international shipping on them as well. And learn a little bit about PNG's culture, maybe how some of these places were built, when they were built, why they were even built, why is there a runway in the middle of the jungle. Moresby 1285, November Tango Echo transfer.
Tango Echo, must we get?
November Tango Echo, Buyer Gap this time, maintaining 12,000. Estimating Yifki, time of 5-2, copy Alpha Hotel Papa.
Tango Echo, Roger, 1000, air QNH 1010.
1010, November Tango Echo. Oh, and if you guys did not see one of my previous videos about the PNG landslide that happened back in, I think May, something like that, it's coming up here in about 20 miles, so I'm going to be starting my descent anyways, and it's directly on track, exactly where I need to go, which I need to actually get more over here into the middle of this valley. You can see clouds are starting to get up on the higher peaks around in here, and you can see this light area coming in here. It kind of snakes its way in. That's the lowest route that I'm probably going to be doing today. Actually, this is it right down here. Okay, no, I'm starting to see down underneath, so. Alright, let's pull my power. Prop forward. Yeah, let me do a quick flyover for you guys. Down at 2,600 feet per minute. Not going to be the best view, so if you want to get a better, nice lit view, go watch my other video because there are a bunch of clouds right down here, but you'll get the gist of it. I'm seeing if they've cleared the road yet, and it does not appear that they have cleared the road yet. That's crazy. This has been a few months now, and they have not cleared the road very well. So there you go. That's the landslide. That's really wild to me that they have not cleared the road yet, though. Well, where this really light area is, that's the valley flying up, so that's the route I'm going to be taking to get up into Yifki, because you can see there's just a ton of clouds, like everywhere. I'm really hoping that my circuit area is going to be clear enough for me to be able to do a circuit and land. You just have to try it sometimes and if you can make it work. It's the realities of bush flying, is just don't know sometimes. You just head out here and you're like, well, I hope it's going to be good enough. It looked like it was, but you just never know. Let's go ahead and start up our buddy check landing checklist. And I do have these back in stock now with a new updated version. Yeah, it looks the same here, but you can't really tell, but there's actually backlighting back here, and they're red. So they'll light up for night use, all red letters, and then as you click them off, the red light associated with that one turns off. So if you forget one, you've got a nice red blaring light at you for night use. So go check these out. You can get them customized as well to say whatever you want, if you want it specific to your airplane. But it does come with 3 different face plates. One for like a 172, 152, a simple piston, as well as a complex piston for like multi, things like that. And then one also for turbine, which is what I'm using today. So our selectors, fuel selectors and brakes are good. We'll turn our terrain awareness system off. Our VREF, which is going to be our approach speed, goes off of our weight, how much weight we have on board. And it looks like 73. Lights and inlets. We're starting down here in just any minute now. There's our top of descent going down at 1,000 feet.
Now Papa Tango 1285.
November Tango Echo is currently 4 niner miles to the west of Wapanamunda, 10,200 on descent for Yevki.
Vertical track.
Copy, well clear now. Papa Tango is 26 miles west of Wapanamunda, on descent through 10,300.
November Tango Echo. Okay, our touchdown elevation is 3140. Our slope 6%, 580 meters long, 1285 on the frequency. Rough and undulating on landing. It's just a nice, gentle 6% going all the way up, and then you guys can see what it looks like here. Looking ahead, you guys can see all the clouds are kind of off to the sides. We're gonna head on down. It gets very skinny right in through here, the valley does. So I don't want to get down too much because there's going to be a lot of clouds right in there, but then the second we get past this little corner right here, it just opens really wide, and we should have no issues continuing our descent through there. We could just go in a straight line, but usually I found that you just can't quite descend very quickly. You have to wait till you're almost over top of it and then circle down when it's on days like today. We want 4,300 feet for overhead our field and the ridge, and then turning final 3650. I always feel like I'm coming in just maybe a little bit shallow, so I'm going to try 3,700 today. Like I said, once we get around this little corner here, it should really open up because the valley opens up really wide. But right here is the skinniest part of the valley, and this is where all the concentration of the clouds are. Okay, yeah, right here, you can see it's just really opening right up all the way down to the ground. Our runway, let's OBS it, is runway 110. There we go, puts a line on there for me to be able to see exactly the orientation of it. All stations, Yevki, Kodiak, November Tango, Echo 5 miles to the south, 5,600. We'll be joining the circuit at time 54. We have to come up around this corner and then fly back up inside the valley. And man, there's a lot of low clouds up in these areas, so I hope this works. I hope I didn't come out here for nothing. Orsby 6538 November Tango Echo in the circuit. Yevki, report after landing.
Tango Echo.
Yeah, there's a lot of clouds. Okay, let's go 10 degrees of flaps. Getting in or getting out of here is definitely going to be difficult as well, because all I'm going to see is just clouds. I know that this little valley right here is open, but it's going to be blind when I take off out of here if I can land. All I'm going to see is clouds, and I'm not even going to be able to see is my escape route really, really great. Okay, I can see the runway. Do I have any clouds on final, though? I think they're just clear enough. Oh, perfect line all the way down. Just barely. All right, well, let's go 20 degrees of flaps. Be a little bit of a revised circuit, for sure. Yeah, once I'm on the ground, all I'm going to see is clouds. The circuit barely works. Went 74 final, 84 base, 94 here. Should be 3850 over there to 3900, turning base.
500.
My whole base area is just covered with clouds too. I turn at that hill there. I'm going to be coming in closer, so I really need to be at 3600 to 3550 turning final.
Let's go full flaps now. All right, we want 80 knots here. Still don't see the runway. Okay, there we go. There's 3,600. This is looking good, but it's gonna be a very quick turning final, and then I'm committed.
500.
All right, yeah, I need to be 3,500. Close is complete, turning final. All right, looks good. 500 on the descent, I'm committed. Now it's a headwind. All right, everything's looking good. Don't see anything on the runway. Match the slope, pull the power. Whoa. Well, that is muddy. I don't think I've ever, whoa. I don't think I've ever got this muddy here at Yipke, ever. Oh my goodness, I just got the plane really muddy. Orsby 6538 November Tango Echo on the ground, Yipke, Council SAR.
November Tango Echo, Yipke South 787.
November Tango Echo. Ooh, that was really close to those trees. Let's get this unloaded and get out of here before any more clouds come in here.